What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is day 10. I can't believe we've made it to 10 days. We're 1/3 of the way there officially, and we keep it rolling today. Our first hand that we were dealt in here, we have 10-4 offsuit in the mandatory $8 straddle. Opponent raises it up to 24, and our second opponent raises it up to 72. That's going to be too much for us. We decide to fold, and the hand is going to play out here as we wait for the next one, and we see that that opponent is going to win. They are going to chop it up because they had the same hand. The very next hand, we are in the big blind with ace-queen offsuit. When it gets around to us with no raiser, being out of position with this kind of hand, we're always going to raise here. Since there was no raise before, we are going to raise it up to $24. And we are going to see a flop after our opponents think it over for a second, and it is going to be heads-up action out of position. Flop comes 10-3-4, one club. We do have the ace of clubs, so we're going to decide to stab at it here, maybe get a fold. And we decide to go for 37, about half pot there. And after a second of thinking, our opponent is going to lay it down, and we start off with a win there, already up $35. The next hand, we have 8-3 in the small blind, and our opponent raises it to 32. Even for 8, we weren't going to see a flop here. Just not a good enough hand to play, especially in the small blind, out of position the whole hand. They are going to play it out, and this opponent's going to go all in. We're not going to see what they had. Then when we are on the button here, we have 7-8 suited connector, pretty good here. This opponent's going to decide to raise it to 28, a little larger than 3 times the straddle. It being in position with this kind of hand, we're going to call and hope that we can flop something good. Another player's going to join in, so we're going to go 3 ways to a flop of Jack 4-3, all black cards. Obviously not what we want to see with this hand here with 2 hearts. Doesn't connect with us much, so when the pre-flop aggressor is going to continue for 56, we're just going to lay it down. We're going to see the hand play out here, and the opponent to the left of me is going to win with a nut flush. Here we are in late position with ace-7 of clubs. The opponent to the right of us is going to raise to 24. Being in position, I could raise here, but since we are in position, I do like just rather a call here. Try not to get the pot too big, as we could flop something decent, maybe an ace, but our opponent could have us outkicked, so we don't want to get that going too high yet. And after a second of thinking, the small blind's going to fold and the big blind's going to call, so we're going 3 ways to a flop of queen, king, 10. Only 1 club here, so we do have some backdoor outs. The big blind's going to donk bet here, which is an interesting bet. Obviously, he could have a straight, he could have a set, maybe 2 pair, or he could just be betting to try to get us to fold. When the player in between calls, I don't really know what to do here. We have an ace. We could draw out with the clubs on the back end, or if a jack comes and we have the nuts. So after a couple seconds of thinking, we do call. When an ace comes in on the turn here, we don't exactly love it. Now a jack makes the straight, but it does give us top pair, so that's pretty good. When our opponents both check to us after thinking it over for a little bit, we're just going to decide to go for the check here. We don't want to bloat the pot with a hand that's not very good. I mean, we do have top pair, but there's a lot of draws on the board, a lot of 2 pair options, and somebody could easily have a better ace here. When the ace pairs the board on the river, again, this is a good card for us, but still, it's not the nuts. Another opponent could have a full house. Somebody could have a jack and just be slow playing it. And so it's going to check through again to us, and instead of going for thin value here and possibly getting raised, we're just going to decide to check, and we see that we were good. The opponent to the left of us had 2 pair, and he got outdrew on the river there, giving us trips. And that is going to be the last hand we play of today. We're in late position here with 6-9 off, and that's an easy fold for us. So quick session today. Didn't really have to do much. Didn't really have to do anything tricky, but we just played our cards that we got, and that is going to do it for today. So we finished the session up 161.04, and that's going to do it for day 10. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and come back tomorrow for day 11.